All right.
So, first topic of the day. Look like we got the look like the FMCSA is doing some work today. Well,
Right,
not
right.
today, but the other day. Look like they doing some work the other day. We had
Mhm,
this young lady here. This is the head director of the FMCSA. She was
mhm.
at the Capitol being grilled or questioned by the House of Representatives about this new rule that they coming with here. Let's see here. Let me give a little summary here.
All
The House Highway and Transit Subcommittee held a hearing questioning Robin Hutchison, head of the Federal Motor Carrier Safety Administration, about the agency's moves towards mandating speed limiters for commercial truck drivers. For those who don't know, that's the conversation that's, or the rumor rather, that's been going around that the FMCSA is going to pass a mandate where we all get cut down. What is, like 65 miles an hour
Yeah, they got but ATA saying between 65 and 70.
between
American
65
Trucking
and
Association.
70?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. A little bit on what went down in this meeting here. The Republican representatives, they criticized the FMCSA and asked them to not implement the speed limiter mandate. They argued that it would negatively impact safety and impose additional burdens on drivers.
Mm,
And another thing is, another concern was that it would include race differentials between cars and speed limited trucks, causing safety issues. But Hutchison did deflect that the rulemaking process is still underway and no proposals had been formally issued yet. She expressed commitment to considering all comments submitted. However, I don't know how much consideration she's doing since it's over 15,000 in opposition to this rule.
okay.
Yeah, so also another thing too, because we touching on all of it before we give our take on this, but they questioned her credibility. They said that she was at an event that was held by union leaders and bigger carriers. So they
Okay.
say that she got a conflict of interest. Is basically what they was getting at, for her to even be at that event and
Mhm.
passing a mandate that these big carriers and the union leaders agree with. So nobody's agreeing with this, but the big carriers, the big mega carrier companies in the trucking industry.
Right.
So, Gene, do you think this was productive, or do you think that this was a show because an election is coming up next year, or what's the
Well,
deal?
I guess it's hard to say because this isn't the first time they've had talk. FMCSA has had talks about a speed limiter rule.
Right.
They've been talking about speed limiters for years, and I don't know what part she's playing in it. Well, I would like to know if, and I didn't see any in the article where they paid her, but I'd like to know, did she get paid? you
Pay
know,
who?
uh, the what, I forgot what you said her name was. Shucks, to be at the events with the large carriers. Uh,
Oh, she would be in real trouble if they paid her.
mm,
You
yeah,
know,
I would like
like
to
over
know.
the table. You know,
Right. Well, see, that's why I'm what I'm getting at. I wonder if they paid her like under the table because she sounded like she was in agreement, you know,
why?
with.
I mean, why would you wonder such a thing? But go ahead.
Yeah, that's what I wonder. Was she paid under the table, for any like, because it seemed like she's pretty much for it because they were grilling her and asking all these questions about, what is their point? Now, what are they getting at by um coming up with the speed limiter? Where are they getting their data from? And I know that the ATA, what they pretty much said, what I read in one of their comments was, hey, all the trucks who have the appropriate like data or the appropriate devices to help control like cruise control, stuff to help control those trucks. Hey, govern them down at 70 miles an hour. All the
Mhm.
trucks who don't have the up to date data and like cruise control devices, govern them at 65. It's kind of hard to say, where she stands with this, but I'm sure we're gonna find out. See what
Now,
time.
when you say where she stands with it, what do you mean by where she stands?
Well,
As far as, like, with them or against it or
exactly. Is she really for this? How does she see the speed limiter helping
Mhm.
helping the country and helping the drivers?
Well, according to this article from, overdriveonline.com, it doesn't s it's I mean, when they were grilling her about the situation, she was deflecting, and she was saying that this is just a conversation, uh,
Mm,
there's nothing that's been implemented yet, but, I
okay.
mean, I don't I mean, my take on that, I mean, I don't trust that. I mean, to me, this is just my opinion. To
Yeah.
me, this is just another way to put strain on independent contractors. Like I've said before on previous shows, uh, whether we want to realize it or not, owner operators are mega carriers' biggest competitors. Mega carriers just have more control over it's in terms of having influences over laws being changed to benefit them. They
Yeah.
don't mind, in this is what small carriers got to understand, owner operator. Rich people don't mind spending money to put a strain on your business. So anybody who looking at this, I mean, I don't feel like this was anything productive. I
Mhm.
personally feel like it's an election coming up next year. The lawmakers know that this is a trending topic. They
Yeah.
hear the cries of the trucking community about everything that's going on with the rates and stuff like that. So they're trying to make it appear as if they're doing something or having a concern about this. But make no mistake about it, you can bank on some of the ones that was questioning her, or even the ones that wasn't questioning her sitting on their board, you can bet they got some kind of affiliation with one of those groups at that event. So to me, this just was a show because this this speed limit thing, uh, everything they saying is true. I mean, it's not safe, to do this, but it's beneficial to the carriers because now, if everybody's at 65 miles an hour, they don't have to compete with an owner operator who can get there at 85 miles an hour. You know what I mean? They trying to suck up all the resources, all the money, all the loads. That's the way I look at it. That's just my opinion. And I'm not against anybody who disagree with me, but to me, this is just a shit show.
Yeah. Now, I remember reading they was talking about those speeds. They wanted those speeds governed down in the low 60s for a truck,
Hmm.
so around about 60 miles an hour. And ATA, American Trucking Association, said no, that would be unsafe. 70 for trucks that are updated and doing what they need to be doing, and 65 for maybe like older trucks who don't have the what they need, like the cruise control devices and stuff like that. But at 60 miles an hour, if the majority of the country is governed at the posted speeds for the majority of the country is at 70 miles an hour, and you got a truck that's at 60 miles an hour, governed at 60 miles an hour, that's unsafe. That's a 10 mile per hour difference in speed.